The Joe Rogan Experience.
They've had crafts since before the Civil War. They were building crafts that went 200 miles an hour.
Okay, who's they, and where'd
Well,
you hear
the
about
US
this?
government-
Before the Civil War.
Yeah.
So before 1865.
Yeah.
They had crafts.
Yes.
That could go 200 miles an hour in the air.
Yes.
Who made them?
You could look it up. Pre-Civil War aircrafts. There was a bunch of like German scientists in America that were working with the U.S. government.
So this predates Orville Wright.
I'm just telling you, bro.
Right, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know dates.
I think it does, right? Isn't Orville and Wilbur Wright, isn't that the end of the 1800s? When was that? Well, you know what? I love that. You can just ask your phone. I'll ask my phone.
I love it. Go on ChatGPT.
When did Orville and Wilbur Wright fly the first plane? 1903. So you're telling me that in 1865...
Yep. I'm telling you.
In 1865, they had flying crafts. Well, as long as you've done multiple shows on it, it must be true.
I'm the truth, okay?
Where the fuck did you hear this?
I had two guys. Joseph P. Farrell was on, and he's like amazing. And he was breaking down that there were...
What is Joseph P. Farrell's area of expertise?
Hidden history. He does a lot in religion, particularly.
Is he self-taught?
No, he's really a great interview, man.
I believe you.
I mean,
is he self-taught? Does he have like a
Will you look it up real quick? Yeah.
Education in this stuff, or is it just...
He's written like 1,000 books on it.
1,000?
That's a lot of books, dude. I can barely read one book. I'm stuck on Alexander II right now.
And what is he saying?
He's saying that in the pre-Civil War and during the Civil War, they had crafts that were traveling at 200 miles an hour.
Okay, and
you can find pictures of it on the internet.
Well, as long as he has pictures.
Well,
on
there's
the
drawings,
internet.
dude.
Again,
Someone took time.
As long as it's drawings.
Come on,
must be
man.
real.
Well, Jamie, you're leaving me here. Hang
No,
in here.
he'll get you. He'll get you. It's got to be legit.
It's there.
It sounds so legit.
Will you look up
Why
tinfoil
would
hat,
they
Joseph P.
wait
Farrell?
so many years before they flew the first very primitive plane that could barely get off the ground, and credit those guys with developing the first plane?
You didn't say plane. You said aircraft.
Oh, that's true.
Thank you.
Oh, so is it like a blimp?
I'm trying to dig down.
Listen to Jamie getting all pissy.
No, I'm just saying. It could not have to be a plane.
Mom, Dad, stop.
It's true. It's true. No, it's a good point. Yeah, it could be a blimp, right? Like when they first start doing blimps. When did that start?
Wasn't that the whole point of like Led Zeppelin, that they didn't want people getting on blimps, so they like crashed that shit? Everyone thinks I'm crazy. You guys think I'm nuts. I'm just telling you, bro. Everything's a psyop.
I love it. I want to hear more psyops. I'd rather go that way than the other way. That nothing's a psyop. I want to hear that everything's a psyop.
Everything's a psyop. Dude, someone should do conspiracy news. It would be 10 times better than what you see on television. Yeah. And then you go, what about the 5G they're cranking up? What about what they're spraying in the skies? That now is an acceptable fact that they're doing geoengineering of our skies. So, like 5 years ago, you were a crazy conspiracy theorist. Now there's laws being passed about it. And you put all that together, you're like, that's how people get sick.
It's weird, like even cloud seeding, which is legal. Like you can seed the clouds and you can make it rain, but like, how exact is this science? Like how you know what I mean? Like what happens if you cause floods like they did in Dubai? Did you see that shit?
Yeah, well, camels just flowing down the river.
Fucking Lamborghinis drowning.
Oh,
yeah.
Poor Lamborghinis.
Right. I found something.
Tell me something.
Nothing about 200 miles an hour, but I found multiple things talking about aircrafts, including helicopters used by the South.
The South?
The Confederate, yeah.
The Confederate Army.
Do you mind if I get my phone for a second just to see if I can find it?
I found it because I was digging through the transcript.
Bro, they had
of
the
that
General
podcast,
Lee
Sam.
helicopter.
Here's the transcript where he's talking about the history with his friend Beasley or something like that.
Who was saying this?
The guy Sam was talking about.
What is his name again?
This is his podcast.
What's his name again, Sam?
Joseph P. Farrell.
Yeah. During the point of the Civil War with the airship mystery, my friend Walter Bosley has written an interesting book called Origins about the black projects, world, and airships that existed in this country prior to the Civil War. But it didn't say anything about the speed.
Yeah, we talked about it. It was either him or the 2 episodes later they talked about how it went 200 miles an hour.
Airships.
Lincoln went to Congress to get funding, or is trying to get funding for some of this. There's a whole thing here about the balloon corps of the Army back to the Civil War.
Isn't Lincoln another one they got rumors about?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like the fellas.
Closeted dog.
Or maybe like everybody did it back then.
They
That's
also
what
didn't
I'm
have a lot of
thinking.
heat back then.
So they just fucked?
The thing with the Lincoln stuff, they just said that they were like
Come over here,
sleeping
Bob. I'm
together in
cold.
the same bed. And
No, that's
whatever.
true. That's true. You know, it's probably not that weird for us, but
Back then, it was like you got excommunicated.
There's another
But
one,
yeah.
Airships. They're calling them airships, is what they were calling
And
them.
there's a certain
so is that supposedly a thing where a person could get in?
Oh yeah. So the boats with airbags is what I've been seeing. Other flying machines here.
Okay, so what that looks like is like sails, right? Can you show me that thing again? Look at that, Sam. That's like sails, like a sailboat,
but it's even
but
crazier
attached
than
to
that.
a base. So do you just jump off a cliff with that? How do you get that bitch off the ground?
One of them was describing, and I think it's in this. There was a traveling gas thing that went along with it, so it could keep refueling. Right here, see a mobile gas generator. It was accompanied by a wagon consisting of the necessary.
Oh my God.
See if you can look up
That's crazy.
Tinfoil Hat 901. That's the episode, and there's a picture of the craft that they had made.
So they're just refueling these balloons with gas.
No, but these aren't even balloons, dude. It's like literal like aircrafts that could go
Aircrafts.
200 miles an hour.
Okay. What do they
So
look like?
so the reason I bring that up is because if we go, they got these silver cigar things. Like think about how long ago that was.
Oh, you mean that bug?
Okay, bug,
The bug
sphere,
that
whatever
flew
you want
real
to do.
fast
Yeah,
in
I
front
mean
of the fucking
whatever helps
Frisbee?
everybody sleep at night, you know. But
Listen,
they
man.
got the tech. That's it. That's what they had in 2000 in the pre-Civil War. Walter Bosley, he came on, he talked about it.
Who drew that?
You can find those on the internet. I don't know who specific. The guy's name's up in the corner.
That thing can go 200 miles an hour?
Yep.
What's it powered by?
Oh, those are that's it. It's guys with NYMZA Aeros and the secret ship. Yeah, I'm dude. I'm retarded, right?
I do now. I want to know what that
Go to
thing is.
images.
What
see.
what powered
Yeah,
that thing?
these are them. These are the crafts that they had
Whoa.
that they were working on.
So a person gets inside that fucking thing?
Yep. Look at that. And then there's a
Wait
propeller
a
back
minute.
there.
Who was working on this? The South?
The North.
The North?
The North and
Oh, I
Germans.
thought you said the South.
I did. And
You
one
said
of
the
these things
South.
that said the South had some sort of helicopter or something.
Oh, the South had a different kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, but this thing is different.
Yeah.
Whatever this is.
Yeah.
So, is it a bunch of fans?
I don't know.
It looks like a
goes,
bunch of fans, right?
or propellers, you know.
Right.
And they had that way back in the 1850s, dude. Look at those guys.
Do you really think that thing went 200 miles an hour? I think somebody lied.
Maybe, but they had that's what they said.
200 miles an hour. Step
just-
right up.
Just think of what kind of dominance you could have at that time with that kind of craft.
Yeah.
Moving that quickly.
I think they back then they used to thought if you went that fast you were going to explode.
Right.
Like you would melt.
Yeah, they used
It's
to think
witchcraft.
that. Well, they thought that before the trains,
But
right?
again,
Cars and
Germany's
trains and-
involved. Germany basically funded the North when they needed money because Lincoln was issuing greenbacks. I have one in my house. I bought a Lincoln greenback, $20 greenback. It's pretty sweet. I bought it for I forget how much I paid for it, but yeah, that's like one of my favorite things I have. But
What is this, Jamie?
Oh, these pictures on this fucking
The
thing.
guy's throwing a baby.
I don't know what the fuck's going on here.
sacrifice.
Sacrificing a child for the air gods. So, do you think that most of the UFO sightings that people see are U.S. government crafts?
Yep.
So do you think it's back engineered stuff, or do you think we invented all the technology?
I think
in
we
those
worked
crafts?
with entities that give us the technology. I mean, it goes back to what we talked before about, Admiral Byrd and, that whole thing where I think it was Eisenhower made a deal. And I told you this, and that's where the missing 401 comes from. All the people who disappear in force. That there's really weird connections between all of them. They tend to be of German descent, of high IQ, and they just disappear in the forest. And Eddie Bravo has a really interesting theory about it, about how there's all these movies about all these people dying in forests and everyone dying in the ocean, to scare you from going out there. Like, I'm afraid of sharks. Like, I don't want to go out in the ocean, but What's going on in the ocean? We see stuff coming out of the ocean all the time. What's going on way deep down there?
Well, sharks are real.
Sharks
and
are
you
real.
should be scared of them.
I am
and the
scared
ocean
of
is
them.
unforgiving.
And alligators.
And it's a rational fear. Having
Right.
a fear of the ocean is very
Yeah,
rational.
but you know, Jaws makes this thing boom right in your
Right.
face, right?
Dope movie.
When probably before that, nobody was thinking about sharks.
Well, you know, Jaws is based on a real event, right?
These things could apparently go fast because they use something, an anti-gravity fuel called NB gas.
What? What?
That I
and they
don't-
had anti-gravity gas in in the Civil War?
Yeah, so there apparently was something, this guy, Delishu, the guy who was credited with the drawings, he was in something called the Sonora Aero Club. I'll also add that they found all this in a junk pile. He moved somewhere in Texas in 1850, and they found it in the 1960s.
Yeah, and they were working with German scientists.
Wow. NB gas for lift and propulsion.
So it's like some sort of, I guess, secret aero club or a bunch of guys that were into, that's what they're, I guess.
But what does that mean, an anti-gravity fuel? I'd like to have someone read that knows what the fuck those words mean.
I'm not even sure if it's real. You know,
It
was just
doesn't
written on
sound
the-
like a fuel could turn.
Well, because we do it based on our
stop gravity.
timelines and this notion that we came from cavemen, and you know that.
No, I don't think that.
I think there's been multiple civilizations that just keep getting reset and reset and reset.
I think that's true. Yeah,
Thank you.
I agree with that. I think there's a lot of really compelling evidence that shows that. Have you seen Jesse Michael's new video?
No.
He's got a video on those tridactyl mummies in Peru where he went down there and had them CAT scanned and had them. Dude.
Tridactyl? Like, are we
Okay.
talking like.
Let's go to that. We'll
Let's
go to
just say
that
this
right
is
after this
ammonia
NB
gas, pretty much.
ammonia gas.
Well, we'll get back to
Does it say it's bullshit?
I bailed.
I mean, it's like, how is it going to defy gravity? Unless you're talking about like just lift, like a helium balloon. Like if that's kind of anti-gravity gas, if you think about it, sort of. But that's not what I think of when I think of anti-gravity. I think of like space tech that allows you to like shoot through giant distances instantaneously, like we hear about from these crafts.
But if let's just say this is real, and I do believe it's real, 100%, like what do they have now? I mean, it's so far down the line. I mean, that's so long ago. That's like 175 years ago. The technology that they could
This
have.
part, though,
if
is
it's true.
interesting about this club. I don't know how many, says flight enthusiasts in the mid-1800s there would have been. You know, people would have been interested in flying, I guess, because they couldn't do it. But
The Nazi Bell, which is a big part of World War II that nobody ever talks about.
Right. That was like a flying craft that they were trying to develop, right?
Right.
So the Nazis were apparently trying to come up with a bunch of different shapes for crafts. One was a bell, right? One was kind of flying saucer-like, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's a whole part in like.
Here's
have
the
you ever heard of
question.
Martin Bormann?
I always wonder. That's pretty dope looking. I always wonder when they talk about stuff like that, like the Nazis trying to make a flying saucer. Was that because they were trying to emulate something that they had seen, or that there was some sort of a hidden historical record of? You know, because if only the people that are at the head of the military today, or the head of these military contractors, really know whether or not there's back-engineered UFOs. If there are, they have them, and if they don't know about them, they probably don't exist, or the other companies have them, right?
Yeah.
So you got to wonder, what were the Nazis doing? Were they trying to emulate something that they knew existed? And when did governments, if there really is a real phenomenon, if this isn't just total gaslighting and propaganda and bullshit to get you to believe that aliens are out there because they've got like crazy high tech that's 50, 60, 70 years past where we really think it is. Both of those things are hard to believe, right? It's hard to believe that the government would be able to hide the kind of whatever kind of program that would develop a genuine anti-gravity engine that could move through space and time, that could go through the ocean, that it makes the device transmedium, creates like a portal around it where it exists completely independently of everything that we're experiencing in 3D space. It just goes through stuff. The idea that they have that and they've kept it secret seems kind of crazy.
I don't think so.
It seems. I'm not saying it's impossible.
What I'm saying by that is like you hear famous stories of people whose fathers worked at Area 51 and he never once told them what they did there.
Oh yeah, people keep their mouth shut.
People
and they
keep
also
their mouth
know
shut.
that they have to keep their mouth shut because if you don't, you can get in real trouble.